Smackville. It's like a house show, but there's a few rumours going around that there could be a title change tonight. So hello to everyone that's joining us. I'm not sure really how many people are going to be stopping by because it is a bit of a weird one. I heard actually that it's a little bit of an experiment. They're actually trying to figure out if this is something they can do long term. Can they put on like these one-off weird house show things? Because obviously the network's changing. They're looking at bringing in like different pay levels. And the rumours are that if you pay a little bit more, then you're going to get more wrestling. And it might be this becomes a regular thing. So yes, we are here for WWE Smackville. There's quite a few title matches. 3 guaranteed. The 4th was being teased. But I haven't seen who the New Day might be facing. That might have moved to Smackdown Live on Tuesday. So we're going to have to wait and see on that one. But we know we've got the WWE Championship match. We've got the SmackDown Tag Titles. And we've got... No, not the SmackDown Tag Titles. We've got the Intercontinental title and the SmackDown Women's. I always get tag teams and women confused, but it is going to be the women. So again, rumors that we might see a title change tonight, and we might even see the tag titles defended. The New Day defending them against Heavy Machinery. So we'll have to wait and see. So hello to everyone that's in the chat. I can tell you we are 10 minutes away. 10 minutes away and then we will begin. And at the moment we've just got a Kofi Kingston kind of photo shoot watch along thing. Hello to Steve UK 2013. Hope you are well, my friend. Hope you are looking forward to something a little bit different. Something that might become a regular thing. Who knows? Watching some house shows. And it's going to have hopefully a slightly different feel. You might remember that they did something similar for like the Shield's Final Stand. Was it Final Stand or Final Chapter? But yeah, I honestly didn't know that was really going to be the last time we would see the Shield. Of course, we know now it looks like it was. Very weird show looking back at it now because, I don't know, I mean, Dean didn't really say anything. He just did his job and left. I really was convinced at the time that it was all a work. But hey, there we go. It wasn't. He left. Obviously, he's with AEW now. But that was the last time they tried something like this. And I'm excited for it. Apparently, we're going to get an Elias performance as well. So, yeah, could someone interfere at that point? So, Smackville preview. Let's change that over. See, the chat's not quite working at the moment. Chat is broken, yeah, unfortunately. I've no idea why. Let me type, hello, all. See if that, no, that literally did nothing. That did nothing at all. I wonder if I can reset this. Because we do have people. I can see this isn't working. There we go. Right, hopefully that will reset that, and then that will spring to life. Finn has been pulled tonight. Oh, I wonder if it'll be replaced. I reckon he will. Mercy sent the Fiend onto Days on Twitter. I did see that. Not a work. Moxley is in G1 and Renee Young misses it. Yeah, completely not a work. I know. But I was just saying at the time I thought it was. I really did. I really thought it was all a work because it was so weird. Like, looking back, they announced it in advance, like saying that he wasn't going to be re-signing. Then they did that, you know, kind of farewell to the Shield show, and you kind of felt like it was. I felt like he was going to step away for a while, but I really thought he was coming back. I don't know if WWE even knew that he was signing for AEW. I'm not sure they knew. But hey, look, it's in the past. That's not what we're focused on tonight. Tonight we're focused on something very different, but something that's going to be hopefully quite enjoyable. I'm really up for these shows. I think they provide something different. I don't think they're going to be as scripted. I don't think they're going to be as I don't know. I mean, manufactured, overproduced. Hopefully the superstars can just have a little bit of fun. I mean, you do tend to see a more relaxed show on house shows, and I'm kind of hoping that that's going to come across tonight. So I think there's real potential here for them to give us something a little bit different from Raw and SmackDown. I mean, alternatively, it could be awful. I don't know. But I'm quite interested to find out. And I've got to admit, that Shield's Last Stand, Shield's Last Chapter, I actually thought that was a very good show. I remember being quite entertained. I wasn't blown away by it, but I was certainly entertained by it. And yeah, let's see. Daisy's Smackville on the network. It is on the network. And actually, talking about the network, I've got a few moans and gripes because I actually just went to sign into my network and mine's on a Samsung TV. I've got a smart TV. It's a really nice TV. And you can press a button, go to the WWE app, and then you can literally watch it all on the TV. So there's no need for like PlayStations or Xboxes or anything like that. It's all an app on the TV. And literally, I've just gone to turn it on. It doesn't work. So, you know how they've updated the network? Something's changed because now it's not working on my Samsung TV. So now I'm going to have a look at trying to plug in PlayStations and all of that rubbish, which obviously I haven't had a chance to do. So I'm actually having to watch it on my mobile phone. I've got my mobile phone plugged in right here, and I'm having to watch it on my mobile rather than on a proper TV. So frustrating. Some of you might find something similar if you watch through smart TVs. Obviously, you have to re-sign in. Some of you might have forgotten your passwords. It's a bit of a nightmare. This whole thing really is a bit of a nightmare. So, yeah, hopefully that's it now. Hopefully it's done. Hopefully it comes back to Samsung TVs, but I'm not going to hold my breath. I've got UFC 240 on the... Yeah, I wanted to watch it. Decent card, yeah. Cyborg, yeah. I think Holloway's going to win that. And Cyborg's return, as you said. Yeah, I really wanted to be watching that. I've got to be honest, if we were on YouTube right now, I think I'd be watching UFC. Because it's their big monthly show. Whereas this is just like a house show. So I think if we were on YouTube, I'd be watching UFC right now. But we're not. So I can kind of give my time over to this. This is only an hour. So it's a nice length as well. You know, it's not like we're going to be sat here for 3 hours. It's just kind of a in-out kind of a job. Hello, E-Man. Hope you are well. Dat King says, I signed in today. Good work. The chat has been mended, has it? Oh, it has. Awesome. I wasn't looking at the screen. I was actually looking at the text, the Twitch text box. I've messed that up now. There we go. There we go. Smackville ends when the pay-per-view card to UFC starts. We tend to cover the prelims as well. So, yes, I suppose in a way you could cover Smackville and the main UFC show. What we were doing on YouTube is we were starting to cover the prelims as well. So, yeah, I mean, look, it's a great night. There's no two ways about it. You can watch this and then jump over to 240, which should be a great show as well. When do you think you'll be back on YouTube? Well, touch wood, my friend. Touch wood that my appeal went through last week. So I had a little bit of trouble with the appeal. I filed it and it came back a couple of times as invalid. And I was having to speak to YouTube to find out why, and no one could tell me why. So I just kept like resubmitting it, but worded differently, and it came back as invalid, blah, 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 blah. Fast forward a couple of days, and it finally went through. So I don't know. I'm still in the dark as to why I struggled getting it through the first time. So unfortunately, it took a few days longer than I would have liked, but it did go through. Then basically, as soon as it's accepted, there's a 10-day period, and the company that took the video down can then come back and, you know, things can escalate and whatever. Touch wood, there's been no word yet, so hopefully by some point next week we will know. Probably be more towards the end of next week. So, yeah. Big news, because in all fairness, we could be back over on YouTube, hopefully. Not next week, the week after. Touch wood, which means we would be back for SummerSlam and things like that. So, yeah, big news on that front. But sadly, nothing much to report other than next week. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Rumours of a title change tonight, yes. And I think if it's going to happen, I would do it with the women. I would take the title off Bayley. I think that the Kofi Randy storyline makes a lot of sense. And we all know that Charlotte is going to be facing Trish at SummerSlam. Why not just put the title in that to spice it up a little bit? In all fairness, I'm not sure there's enough room to have a Raw women's title match, a SmackDown women's title match, a women's tag title match, and Charlotte versus Trish. Not sure there's enough room on the roster for that, or on the SummerSlam card, I should say. So what they might have to do is put the title on Charlotte and make that you're kind of having killing two birds with one stone. I would feel very sorry for Bayley. I think that her title run has been fine. But for whatever reason, I can't see what her opponent's going to be. I mean, maybe a return in Sasha Banks. I mean, could we see that tonight? I mean, that would be great, wouldn't it? If, you know, even if we didn't get a title change, but we got Sasha Banks back, that would be a big deal. That would be tasty. I've heard a few rumours of The Fiend, and I really don't want that. I know it's a house show, so you could see it, but I don't want to overdo The Fiend. I don't want to see The Fiend like every single week. Like, The Fiend is something special. You know, you didn't have The Undertaker coming down to the ring every single week on Raw and things like that. You know, he was not kept special, but yeah, you didn't see him every week. Right, I can tell you that it looks like we're about to go over to Smackville. I'm going to tell you exactly what it all looks like. I'm sure a lot of you are watching it anyway. Days, have you re-signed into the network on your TV? It doesn't even give me the option. There's no app there anymore. Like, I can't re-download the app. And there's no sign-in screen or anything. Like, it really looks... I haven't done too much investigating, but it really looks like they've taken the app away. Okay, it's Tom Phillips on commentary. Obviously, in a venue. Looks a decent-sized venue as well. Not small in the slightest. Hashtag Smackville. We've got Tom Phillips and we've got David Otunga. Of course, we're in Nashville. That's why it's called Smackville. It's the Smackdown team in Nashville. They're just going through the matches. So we've got a championship triple threat. It's going to be Dolph versus Samoa Joe versus Kofi. We've got a musical performance from Elias. What's going on with the app? It doesn't work on my Samsung screen anymore. And they've updated the app now. Yes. We are starting with Shinsuke. So this is going to be quite interesting because we're starting with Shinsuke Nakamura. But who's his opponent going to be? Dave, sorry coming late. No worries, dude. Didn't expect to see you at all. Thanks for dropping by. Return of the Honky Tonk Man. That would be awesome. Hey, if the Honky Tonk Man could answer this. Honky Tonk Man was the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion. So, who is going to challenge Shinsuke? I think Shinsuke's going over for a microphone. Shinsuke in the ring then. All in red. Little bit of black on. Intercontinental Chat. I tell you, that IC belt looks great around his waist. No, Finn. No match. Hey, C Wrestling, hope you're well. So, he says he wins by forfeit. Ring the bell. Now, someone's going to come down, but who is it? Okay, so he's rung the bell and the official is counting. Someone's going to answer this call. Who's coming down? I love this. I love seeing the ref counting. The crowd counting along as well. Ooh, Cedric Alexander. No, Ali. Ali on his way down. Oh, man, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. This is going to be a good little match. This will be good. I'm into this. Ali against Shinsuke for the Intercontinental Championship. Finn is injured. I haven't seen what the injury is. But he is sadly injured tonight, yes. Yeah, your fan page is great, Nando. Thank you very much. I wonder if Ali could get the victory here. Imagine if the Demon comes down. I don't think he will. Because I think he is legit injured. That was the rumour going into this. But I think that we should get a great little match here. I mean, you'd have to imagine the fact that Ali wasn't in this match originally probably means he's not going to win the match. Never say never, though. We do have an Intercontinental Championship match. This is... Do you know what? This is really great. This reminds me of old school wrestling. I really feel like I'm watching old school wrestling. You know, we're just watching a matchup. It is for a championship. You've got a great up-and-comer. You've got like a legend in there. I know Shinsuke hasn't maybe reached the heights that people wanted him to, but I think this IC championship run is going to do a lot for him. So, I've got to be honest, I want Shinsuke to win this because I don't think Shinsuke has established himself as a champion yet, and it would feel too soon to take the title off of him. Hey Days, it was my birthday yesterday. Did you make me a cake? Yes. And then I ate it, and it was really good. So, happy birthday to you. Days, what's the card for Smackville? I've not been following. Okay, so we've currently got Nakamura versus Ali. This is for the Intercontinental Championship. As well as that, we should be seeing Charlotte versus Alexa versus Bayley. And as well as that, and that is going to be for the SmackDown Women's. And as well as that, we should be getting Kofi versus Dolph versus Samoa Joe for the WWE Championship. So, championship matches everywhere tonight. And we're getting a performance from Elias. And there was rumours the New Day might be defending. So, they really went for this. Nice crossbody by Ali. Just gets a 2 count there with Shinsuke kicking out. Already there's been a little bit of action on the outside. Ali bringing it back in. Bray was injured in the Finn feud build-up. Now Finn injured in the... Oh, yeah. Good point. Hello, Ace Man. You should have come this week. Should have come this week. Get in touch with me if it's not arrived by next week. Thanks for the support, Imsias. Hope you're doing well, dude. Elias and Honky Tonk Man in Nashville. Well, that would be fun, wouldn't it? That would be fun to see. I'd love to see the Honky Tonk Man. I do feel like WWE should do a little bit more of that, if I'm being honest. I mean, they're in Nashville, so, yeah, get the Honky Tonk Man. When you're in Memphis, get Jerry the King Lawler. When you come over to the UK, then, you know, you should be seeing if you can get Wade Barrett. Someone like, you know, the kind of legends that you don't see week in, week out. I just think they could go around and just really do that. I don't think they use the legends enough. They could always take a legend on tour with them. They did that actually in the UK. They came over to the UK, I want to say a few years ago, say about 2016, and they did like their normal tour. And at every single tour date was Ric Flair. Ric Flair was there. And he would come out and he would, like, you know, welcome to WWE, welcome to the tour. You're going to see some great action tonight and all of this. And he'd do a little bit of an intro at the start. And then I think he'd come out and be, like, guest timekeeper for the main event or something. But just imagine paying your money. You get to see the superstars, but you get to see a legend like Ric Flair as well. I thought it was awesome. So, I really hope Honky Tonk Man is there. I think that really would add value to the show. Pace of this, quite slow, not going to lie. It's not like breakneck speed. They've got, I mean, they haven't got the longest time. I'm sure they've allocated an hour for this. So, they've probably got another 10 minutes or so. I don't know how they're going to fit it in. Is New Day on the televised part of this? Not sure. There was a rumour that they were going to be, but honestly, I'm not sure. They've not said anything. We've got a headlock at the moment. Nakamura trying to wear down Ali. Ali kind of getting back up to his feet. That was 2015. Oh, okay, 2015. Nice drop kick by Ali. Days Wade Barrett doesn't work for WWE anymore. Yes, I know. But he doesn't work for AEW. And he doesn't work for New Japan. In fact, I don't know who he works for at the moment. I know he'd done a bit of work with Lucha Underground. But there's absolutely no reason why they can't reach out and just sign him up for some for the tour, you know? Just bring him out for the tour. I mean, in all fairness, I don't know how many people would remember him now. I know it wasn't that long ago, but I don't know. I mean, was he a big enough star for people to remember him? Maybe he wasn't the best choice. I mean, Neville obviously would be a no-go because of AEW. I'm hearing rumours he is going back there. Paige is kind of on the tour anyway. William Regal? William Regal? They could bring William Regal out for the UK tour. That would be great. Pete Dunne. You don't see him at every date, do you? So, I know they do use the NXT UK talent guys, but I'm just saying, I really feel they could dip into it more, you know? Kick out by Nakamura at 2.5 there. Days, you see it with the week, a link to another tweet suggesting another reason why Bray attacked Mitt. I haven't seen it. I thought Wade had a presenting job on a British wrestling show. Is that finished already? Yeah, World of Sport Wrestling was just for one series. It really didn't do well. I mean, it was on a decent channel at an okay time. It just didn't. I don't know. The promotion for it wasn't quite there. I think it is hard. It's really hard to promote wrestling. They didn't necessarily do much wrong. I saw the first episode and it was okay. I love that move by Nakamura. Nakamura sliding under the ropes, and as he slides, pulls down Ali off the ropes. Ali smashing the back of his head off the ring. Nakamura running into a super kick. So the pace of this match is picking up now. It's been quite slow up to this point, but the pace picking up. Ali, second rope. Beautiful. DDT. Shoulder up by Nakamura. This is good. Did you see Pete Dunne back in NXT? I did. World of Sport fan reactions. Insane camera cuts. Oh, I didn't see it. I mean, I saw the first episode. And I thought it was alright, but I didn't see enough to... Ooh, misses. Into the corner. Ali goes into the turnbuckle. Kinshasa. 1, 2, 3. Done. Nakamura wins. An okay match. Kind of perfectly fine. For, you know, just something to watch on a Saturday night. Nice that, you know, Finn couldn't do it, so they got a great replacement in Ali. There was parts of that match that I thought were quite fun. It was alright. That was alright. I could remember being very young, my dad watching Big Daddy Giant Haystacks. It was very popular. That was very popular then, yes. WWE should sign Mason Ryan so they have more big guys. I think his time's been and gone, in all fairness. Marty Jones and Martin Kirby are underrated. Push Marty the Zebra. I was at a live show in Northern Ireland and Finley met... That is brilliant. That is exactly what I'm talking about. Yes. Yes, exactly that kind of thing. Finley, man. Legend. William Regal. Legend. Honky Tonk Man. Legend. You know, I mean, we saw the likes of $1 Million Man. We saw the likes of Alondra Blaze. We saw the likes of the Boogeyman. You know, they have got a lot of legends that they can, you know, use a little more on house shows. That might encourage... And what about if, like, there was a way of meeting the legend? So if you went to a house show, you know, if you get there, say, an hour before, then for 45 minutes, the legend, you can meet them for free, and they'll be doing sign-ins. Hey, thanks for coming, blah, blah, blah. Hey, thanks for coming, yeah. Do you know what I mean? That'd be amazing, just that little added value. I really think they should do more with meet and greets. I really do. Because that way, like, you can still buy a meet and greet ticket, and then you get to meet, like, some of the current stars. But for free, anyone could meet the legend. We're backstage with Samoa Joe. William Regal is probably too busy with NXT. Do you know he isn't? I met William Regal at London Comic Con last year. And he said he hardly spends any time at NXT. They tend to use him for the TV clips. So he has to go for, like, the TV tapings. But outside of that, he doesn't do anything at the Performance Center. The Performance Center is run by Matt Bloom. So Regal doesn't actually do that much. That's what he said to me. He told me that himself. So, yeah, he's there for the TV tapings and that's it. So, really no reason why. I mean, I suppose his health hasn't been brilliant. But I think that'd be amazing if he was on, like, the UK tour and you had an opportunity to meet him beforehand. Not everyone's going to take that opportunity. Not everyone's going to get there early enough. But just so you know, you could. I think that'd be really cool. I don't know about Wheel of Fun, dude. To be honest, it's not set up because I've had to mess around with this network. For those of you that have just joined, the network does not work on my TV anymore. So I'm currently having to watch this show on my mobile phone, which is super frustrating. because obviously the screen is a hell of a lot smaller. But thankfully my phone is of decent quality, so I can still make it all out. Right, we've got Elias in the ring. Hello, I am Elias. I saw him at a house show in Glasgow 10 years ago. There was a very poor attempt of a Drew heel promo. Hey, do you know that Hulk Hogan came out and said, don't know if you saw this, but Hulk Hogan came out and said that he believes the next big star in WWE will be Drew McIntyre. Okay, so we've got Elias in the ring. I'm expecting someone to come out. I'm really hoping it's going to be Honky. That would be amazing to have Honky Tonk Man on his way. Hall of Famer, of course. But Elias in the ring with an electric guitar. Just jamming away. Use PS4 for the network. Yeah, I will. It's not set up on my TV. It's going to be a bit of a nightmare to set it up as well. But yeah, you're right. I'm going to have to go that way. Super frustrating, though, that I don't know why they've taken it off of the Samsung TVs. Or perhaps they haven't. Perhaps they've only took it off mine. I've got to be honest, some nice solo guitar work here by Elias. I don't want to give him too much credit, but he's actually doing really well. The boy can play. Did Elias actually get to wrestle more in NXT than he does now? Yes. I don't know if you could say more, but he wasn't coming out, and I don't know if you remember actually, but when he was in NXT, he was known as the Drifter. That's something they've really moved away from. When he was down in NXT, Elias was the Drifter. He would just go from town to town, and you know, he'd just have like a, I don't know if he had a backpack, but he used to just carry his guitar and he would just like drift. He was a drifter. Didn't really have a home and all of that kind of stuff, you know. They've really moved away from that now. And he never used to do these like guitar bits in the ring and then people interrupting him. That's something that's come from the main roster. But yeah, his matches were never the best. It was I really didn't know how they were going to use him. I remember hating him down in NXT. I thought he was trash. In fairness, I still don't enjoy his matches, but I do like the character. So, he's asking who wants to walk with Elias in the ring. What do you think about Elias using an electric guitar? I think it's okay. Something different. So Elias says Nashville holds a special place in his heart. Johnny Cash. I'm a big Johnny Cash fan. Love Johnny Cash. I actually bought a Johnny Cash. I went to America in the early 2000s and I actually bought this Johnny Cash box set. I think it's called Unearthed. I think it's called Unearthed. And, oh, it's so good. So good. It's just him and his guitar. And he does, like, loads of cover songs. It's around the time when Hurt came out, which was such a big song at the time. Okay, so Elias in the ring, talking a little bit of trash as usual. Obviously, just waiting to see if anyone's going to come down and interrupt. They normally do. But this is a house show. Before he gets started, he hasn't even started. Before I get started, he's already been going for 10 minutes. Shut your mouths. Come on, someone come down, please. Someone come down. Who is it? He says, if you don't do exactly as I say, then I'm not going to perform here tonight. Oh, he's walking away? This is wrestling. This is wrestling. This is wrestling. So at the moment, we're watching a man teasing us about not performing his song. When he stands in the spotlight, he gets boos. When he walks away, he gets cheers. And now he's just pacing backwards and forwards. There we go. Right, so Elias starting to sing his song. Sure, this is probably going to trash Nashville. Little song here about Shane. It's a song all about Shane and how much he appreciates the TV time. Fair play. Fair play, Elias. Gotta say as well, he is ripped. He looks in really good shape. Oh, hello. Elias is getting a phone call. My TV as well. Oh, what? Your app doesn't work. So he's on the phone to Mr. McMahon telling him that Nashville is horrible. I think there's a big "you suck" chant coming in from the crowd right now. He says, I'm going to take as much time as I like, and I think he's going to start his Shane McMahon song again. This is wrestling right here. So he's singing about stealing the show. It's a nice guitar. Gotta give him that. Oh, someone's in. Kevin Owens! Kevin Owens! Kevin Owens! KO has just snuck into the ring. What's he doing? What's he doing? He's got the electric guitar. I thought he was going to, like, surprise stun him or something. Duck underneath. Big strike by KO. Elias goes out the ring. Is this going to lead to a match? Can you just shut your stupid face? Hello, KJ. Hope you are well. Not smashing guitars. Maybe still getting a legend. Match. Yeah, match. Commentators are at ringside as well, by the way. I should have said that. There's a table right next to the ring. The exact same place for where the Shield's final chapter or whatever it was called. Here we go, look, referee. That was cool. So Kevin Owens said, can we get a referee to come down and dramatically slide into the ring? And the referee came running down and dramatically slid into the ring. So there we go. We are getting the match. Elias versus KO. I tell you what, I mean, these shows, they're just easy watches, aren't they? There's not... You can moan about a few things. You could complain like, that went on a little bit long and blah, 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 blah. But, hey, look, if you accept it's a house show, and, you know, just watch it. Just enjoy it. Just watch a bit of wrestling. Watch two people beating each other up. I think it's perfectly fine. Nice. Senton from KO. This is going over and out. Yeah, I think it is going over the hour, dude. Unless KO gets a quick win. The guitars live to play another day. With the back and forth between Alondra and Lacey, would you like to see that match? Yes, I would. I would like to see that match. I'd like to see any match that's got Alondra Blaze in, because I really don't think Alondra Blaze got the credit that she deserved. I think the women during the Attitude Era, I know they had to go through a lot of stupid bra and panty matches and evening gown matches and stupid things like that. But they did also get, you know, moments like, I mean, China managed to get some really great moments. Trish broke through. Lita broke through. So there was an opportunity there as well. Whereas, you know, Alondra Blaze had fleeting opportunity. Really not much at all. I think she had like a couple of matches. I mean, obviously against Bertha Faye and Bull Nakano. Outside of that, they got rid of the women. They couldn't afford it. They had to get rid of the women's division. I mean, I don't know if you know the story, but Vince needed to save some money, and he got rid of the women's division in the mid-90s. Alondra Blaze ended up going over to WCW. She took the title with her. She was so disgruntled and upset, she ended up throwing the title into the trash can on WCW, which is why she teased it the other day, you know, and she got a lot of heat for that, and I just feel sorry for her, because she went to WCW, and again, you know, she had a few nice moments, but she was then doing stupid bra and panty things, you know. It's like, she's a fantastic wrestler who deserved so much better than she got. So I love seeing her get a little championship run, and I'd love to see her get a proper match as well. Even if she loses to Lacey, it doesn't matter. But to be honest, I don't think she minds. I think she's quite happy. She still had a great career. But, man, if she was in it now, she'd be all over it. Bayley strikes me sometimes as too timid. And obviously Sasha is too moody. I think Charlotte is brilliant. I've got a lot of time for Charlotte. I thought Ronda was good, but She just couldn't do the promos. She just couldn't hang promo-wise. I mean, she had a lot of passion in what she was saying, but that can only get you so far. You do need a few smart lines in there as well. Sent on by KO. Kick out by Elias. I thought Kevin Owens was definitely going to get the victory there. Anyway, what the point I was making is I think there is a place for Alundra Blaze in the modern women's division. Maybe not at her current age, but certainly a younger Alundra Blaze would have done very, very well. Although saying that, I can't believe that what they're doing with Asuka. I mean, Asuka's got to be the best women's wrestler in WWE at the moment. Maybe second to Io Shirai, I'm not sure really how they compare. But, man, she should not be in the Kabuki Warriors. Kick to the midsection. Stunner by KO! And that's it. 2, 3. Kevin Owens wins. KO wins with a stunner. A nothing match. Charlotte is my favourite. Yeah, I got to agree. I got to agree, actually. I wouldn't have said that before. I've kind of gone through a lot of them. I don't think I've ever been a Becky fan. But I originally liked Sasha when she was the boss down in NXT. I thought she had such a swagger. And then I really liked Bayley because, like, they all got promoted. Becky, Charlotte, Sasha all got promoted to the main roster, and Bayley was left behind. And I loved what Bayley was doing down in NXT on her own. I mean, she was, like, producing matches and everything. They really gave her a lot of responsibility. She was carrying that women's division. And then, of course, Asuka came along and things changed. And then when Bayley got called up, I thought Bayley kind of lost her way a little bit. I'm kind of into Charlotte. But I've never really been into Becky. I've not had that yet. I think all throughout, Asuka's always been my favourite. I just think she's legit. I think she's got it all. Apart from the English. I think if she could speak English, then she would be incredible. Or booked a hell of a lot better. Can I just point out as well that I love Kevin Owens' yellow bootlaces? It's not something I've noticed before, but KO has got a black top on with a yellow KO logo on it. And his boots are black with yellow laces. Look really cool. Days, have you ever thought about doing a podcast? Yes, I have actually. I have. It's something that I would be very interested to do because I do find with this I have to obviously concentrate on a lot of things that are going on. Whereas if I was to do a podcast, I think I could literally just talk. And I've definitely got a lot to talk about. Because there's a lot in the history of wrestling that we could go over and just thoughts on the modern day. It's hard to put that into a video because I think it's got a limited appeal. Like, there's a lot of channels that just talk about what's happening in wrestling at the moment. I'm not sure that another video of that kind would find an audience big enough, which is why I don't tend to do them. But I've certainly got a lot to say on it. And I think if there was an audience there that would be interested, then I would definitely be interested in doing something like that. So yeah, it's something I've thought about, but yeah, I mean, look, there's always something to distract, isn't there? I mean, what with the dramas of YouTube and the streaming going down and all of that kind of stuff, kind of focused on trying to get that back up and running again now rather than starting a podcast or anything, yeah. Asuka's my personal favourite too, don't get me wrong. I think despite being overexposed, Charlotte has surpassed her and everyone else on the main roster. Very cool. Fair play. And they've given Asuka Paige as a mouthpiece and still aren't booking a That's a really good point from WrestleMania. A really good point. They gave her Paige, and you're right, that was meant to be a way of getting her, you know, the communication over, if you will. I suppose in a way, on paper, it should work. You've got Asuka, fantastic. Kairi Sane, who needs, you know, she's new, needs a bit of exposure. Paige hasn't got anything to do, but can speak English. Kind of. And, yeah, you know, you put the three of them together and it should work. But they just haven't given them any time. They haven't given them any feuds, any time. It's just been a horrible mess. They've done that a lot, actually. They've called people up. It seems like they're like, right, call up Velveteen Dream. Velveteen Dream turns up to Raw, goes, I'm here. What are we doing? Don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. Thought you could have a match against Bobby Roode. So there we go. That's what we're doing. There's no plans for these people. They just call them up and then just guess at what to do. It's a mess. It's a mess. Although, encouragingly, I don't know if you saw, and by the way, you're not missing anything. There's just, they're teasing the WWE title match. So they're just showing us how we've got to this point, which kind of makes me think that match is coming next. Although we are backstage, we got Kofi counting his pancakes. Oh, I can't even remember what we were talking about. I got distracted then by what was happening. This is what I was saying about a podcast. If I didn't have the distractions of keeping an eye on a show, then we could go off. We could go to some mad places. Kofi needs to stop with the pancakes. I agree. It was just reported Finn has flu, so he was pulled. He's not actually injured. Very cool. Definitely need a podcast from Days. Thank you very much, dude. I've no idea how to do them, where I would put it, or anything. So, yeah, I wouldn't expect that anytime soon. NXT call-ups you were talking about. Boom. Yes, I was. You're right. Yeah, they never have anything planned for them. I mean, EC3, what are they doing with EC3? It's a disgrace, isn't it? I mean, I suppose in a way Lacey Evans has been booked fairly well. Heavy Machinery, okay. I think Lars Sullivan was probably caused his own downfall. But yeah, it's hard to know what they're going to do with the talent they've got in NXT. I've got no confidence when they bring them up. But Vince actually said on, it is the championship match now. I was talking about Vince. Vince actually said on his conference call the other day that he needs to get out of the weeds, which means he is aware that he cannot be sat backstage anymore producing the show and putting the show together. He needs to be watching the show. He needs to watch the end product, sit there and actually watch what is being put out. Because he doesn't do that. He's producing. You know, whilst this is happening, he'd be on a headset going, right, we need such and such coming up. We need to switch that camera angle over to this. And I don't think he's actually really sitting back and watching what's coming out. He's producing it. He's making it as he's going along. That's my rant over. I did love as well. It was Triple H's birthday today, and all the messages online to Vince were, "Can you give Triple H WWE total creative control for his birthday, please?" Like literally everyone. I never liked Lars before and after. Fair play. They need to have Ziggler win just to see the crowd's reaction. To be honest, I think SummerSlam is ruining this because clearly they're building Kofi versus Randy Orton. So you would have to think that Kofi's winning here. Unless they do a quick rematch and Kofi wins the title back. But that just seems very messy and unnecessary, you know. Do you think we will see Bray? I don't think you'll see Bray tonight. I've got to be honest, I don't want to see Bray tonight. I can see Xavier turning on Kofi. Fine. I want Randy to win at SummerSlam. I'd be okay with that. Are you watching UFC after Smackville? I will be watching it, but I won't be live streaming it because... yeah, sadly, we just don't make any money on Twitch. That's the sad truth. There's, yeah, you have to pay now. You didn't have to before, but you now have to pay in the UK for the big UFC shows. So, I would have to pay for it, and then I wouldn't be able to stream it, and so not only am I, like, losing time, I'm losing money, and I need to be working on other things, so... I'm probably going to start work on like tomorrow's videos and try and watch highlights of the show somewhere. It's very frustrating. Hopefully we will be back live streaming properly on YouTube very soon. Right, so we've got Samoa Joe in the ring, we've got Dolph in the ring, and Kofi Kingston on his way out, and I totally agree. He needs to lose the pancakes. They could easily have Joe win and then make it a triple threat. That's true. That's true. Do you think Dolph will win? No. I think Randy is going to be a transitional champion for Kevin Owens. Okay. No storms tonight. You're absolutely right. Yeah, no storms. Don't they kind of have to have Joe win the title tonight to give him some at SummerSlam? Only 2 episodes of SmackDown until then, and if he loses, it's too late to start a program. Have him win the title and make it a triple threat. Well, they definitely don't have to have Joe win the title. They don't have to have Joe at SummerSlam. I've got to be honest, I don't want it. I really just want Kofi to retain. I think there's a good story there of Kofi versus Randy Orton, like a unfinished business, if you will. Kofi genuinely does blame Randy for holding him back, so there's a bit of a feud there. I don't like throwing in a third person just to get them on the show. I really disagree with it. I really disagree with it. Forcing people into feuds. Do you know what I mean? It's like they didn't do that back in the day. They didn't do that back in the 90s. They didn't find a way of shoehorning in people just so they could get them on the show, you know? It's like they built up proper storylines, and there's a storyline there. There's a feud there between Kofi and Randy Orton. A great story that can be told. They don't need Samoa Joe in that. They really don't need Samoa Joe involved. So, I do understand what people are saying. They definitely could do it. I don't think they need to do it. I don't want them to do it. I feel like Samoa Joe's had his chance, hasn't he? He's had his shot at the title. He came up short. I gotta be honest as well, I don't like triple threat championship matches. I don't know why the champion would agree to it. Why would Kofi realistically agree to this match? Because surely the champion has a say in who is facing. So why would he want to defend against these two? And if it's because he's a fighting champion, I think that's one of the worst lines in the history of wrestling, because you don't get that in other sports. You don't get, I'm a fighting champion, so I'm gonna stack the odds against myself and hope I overcome them. He's waited 11 years to be champion, and now he's going to defend against 2 people for no reason. Don't like it. See Wrestling's right. Joe versus Roman seems to be a feud that's being built up. They're doing a Samoan summit, aren't they? So I feel like that's a match we're going to get instead. You're right. Joe versus Roman. I really think that you're getting Kofi tonight, getting the victory here. The starving children in the world who would be grateful of those pancakes. because they're having Kofi agree to everything, which is weird. I totally agree. Yeah, someone calls him out and he just accepts it. Dude, totally agree. I honestly lose respect for him. I don't know if WWE are aware that that's the effect it has, but I do not respect Kofi for accepting all of these challenges. I think he's stupid. I think he's stupid for doing it, and part of me wants him to lose the title. If you're gonna be so stupid, if you're not gonna to be a champion, you've got to be intelligent. To be a champion, do you know what I mean? You've got to stack the odds in your favour, and I'm not saying cheat. But I'm just saying, don't accept matches where you are, you know, the odds are stacked against you. Stupid. I understand open challenges, one-on-one things like that. I don't understand triple threats. I mean, look at this right now. He's got Joe and Dolph working together. And honestly, I think this actually hurts wrestling. I'm going to go that far. I'm going to go that far to say this hurts wrestling. And the reason why is because Kofi really shouldn't be coming out of this situation as champion. He's got two heels, both working together right now, both wearing him down. And I do appreciate the two heels are then going to turn on each other. And at some point, Kofi will sneak the victory. But you can't get away with that so many times. Do you know what I mean? It's like, this is a triple threat. He is outnumbered. The odds are stacked against him. I don't like seeing people overcome unrealistic odds. I think Kofi coming away as a champion out of this is, I think you could say it's unrealistic. I mean, Dolph and Samoa Joe could absolutely decimate him right now. If I was Dolph or Samoa Joe, I would go to town on Kofi. I would destroy him like he has never been destroyed before. He'd be getting thrown into barricades, steps. I'd be chucking him all over the arena. I'd be hitting him with every move I knew, which is about 5. So I'd have to do them all like 20 times each. But he would be done. And then I'd turn around to Dolph and go, you versus me. Best man wins the title. That's it. Done. 2 heels have taken Kofi out the game. Serves him right. Time to make up for all those years where he had no big title to defend. Hey, no problems with him defending it. I just think you could defend it a little smarter than this. If he wins this, I don't think, wow, what a hero. I don't think, God, he's amazing. How did he overcome those odds? What a champion. I don't think that. If he wins this, I think, what was the point in that? What was the point in that? Just saw on Twitter before the show, Bliss and Charlotte attacked Bayley. Very interesting. I haven't seen anything on Twitter, to be honest. Kofi comes crashing down onto Samoa Joe and Dolph, so Kofi firing back now. As I said, you know, I really feel like this hurts because you're seeing Kofi taking out, you know, basically 2 people. If he emerges victorious here, then what's it going to take to beat him? It doesn't even make it seem like he's unbeatable or anything like that. It just makes it unrealistic. That's the problem for me. It just makes it unrealistic. If this was a one-off that had been built up, you know, for a long time, and he had 2 big feuds against these 2 people for a long time, and it was like he was going to have to forfeit the title or take this match. Like, he was backed into a corner, and this wasn't a house show, it was SummerSlam. Do you know what I mean? Then I could buy into it a little more. But not like, oh, do you want to face these two people? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, why not? I'm not doing anything on Saturday. Why not? Let's do it. Doesn't make sense. I can understand why a heel would want a triple threat so he can let the others fight. Yeah, that's a good point. Headbutt by Kofi. Samoa Joe goes down. Kofi up top. Gets caught by Dolph. Dolph looking for a superplex but can't get it. Joe. Sit down powerbomb? No. Just throws him away. DDT. Bang. Crossbody, but reversed by Dolph. Kick out by Kofi. Sit down powerbomb? No. Looking for a famouser. Does anyone know what a Samoan Summit is? No. Nice. SOS. 2. Samoa Joe makes the save. Out the ring goes Dolph. So we're down to Samoa Joe and Kofi in the ring at the moment. Don't forget, this is for the WWE title. We could get a new champion tonight. I don't think we will. I think it's quite interesting, unless I've not seen. But the women are going to main event this thing by the looks of it. I mean, we're going over the hour mark as well. They're having what's supposed to be the most prestigious person in the company accept literally every match, including handicap matches, triple threats, and everything in between, all whilst throwing around pancakes and twerking. It's a really good point. It's a really good point. It's a really good point. It's not a great look for your champion. I mean, in all fairness, he's basically like a male Bailey, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? Like going around being all super positive and giving out pancakes and pandering to kids. He is like the 2019 male version of Bailey. If he came out with wacky inflatable people, you wouldn't be surprised, would you? Big strike by Kofi, and again, Samoa Joe getting his arms up. Against the ropes goes Kofi. Back elbow from Samoa Joe. 1, 2. Kick out by Kofi. Do you like the update to the network? Do I like the update to the network? No, because it's taken it off my TV. I can't watch it on my TV. I'm having to watch it right now on a mobile phone. And I gotta be honest, I've gone through... it's not that different. Like, the navigation, I suppose, is a little different. I like the big posters for all the pay-per-views. I think they're pretty cool. I suppose it's better. But I don't know if it's drastically better. I don't know if it's gonna changed that much. In all fairness, though, I haven't gone through like the superstar profiles and had a look in that section yet, so I can't say 100%. I need to give it a little bit more time. Super kick, Samoa Joe's down. I mean, that's the other thing as well. Kofi can lose this without even being pinned. Dolph nearly got a 3 there on Samoa Joe. Stupid. My app kicked me out as well. Probably because the women barely got anything this week on Raw and SmackDown, so to make it up. Yeah, good point. Good point. What was that about? How did they only have... Was it one match? And that one match was a squash match? Big strike by Dolph on Kofi. I have no idea what time we're going to be going to here. Kofi firing back, Dolph firing back as well. These two trading shots at the moment. I've got to be honest, I am looking forward to, and I hope they've not cancelled it without telling us. I am looking forward to that Charlotte, Bayley, Alexa Bliss match. I think we could get a new champion there. But if the rumours are they've beaten Bayley up backstage, it might just get turned into... Well, I don't know, they can't do Charlotte, Alexa Bliss because that's two heels. So they've got to still do Bayley, Charlotte, Alexa. Unless they've cancelled the match altogether. Let's wait and see. The women's match being on last means title change. Well, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Could be that Bayley wins, send the crowd home happy. But I do think if one of the titles is going to change, I think it will be the women's title. I mean, it might not be any titles. This is a house show kind of thing. Kick to the midsection by Kofi. Kofi against the ropes. Gets clotheslined by Samoa Joe. Gets turned inside out. 1, 2. Oh, that was close. That was close. Ooh, that was close. Oh, it already happened off TV. This is the main event. Ah, that sucks. That sucks. Nice. Trouble in Paradise. Joe goes down. Kofi with the cover. 1, 2, 3. Kofi retains. And it's the end of the hour. That would make sense. Wow, looks like we got Kevin Owens versus Elias instead of that women's match. Do you think we'll see Funhouse Bray or The Fiend tonight or next week? I don't think you'll see him tonight. I don't think you'll see him tonight. Next week, I don't know. Maybe. Could be Funhouse Bray. I mean, there's only a couple of weeks. It's hard to know how they can keep the feud going, really. I mean, what else can he do? Just turn up and beat up Finn again? I'd like to see something other than that, to be honest. So, there we go. Little graphic talking about Kofi and Randy Orton. Someone in the crowd with a New Day Rocks sign. We got the little graphic in the corner. And that's it. Wow. I mean... I feel a little cheated because the one match I was looking forward to the most was the Charlotte, Bayley, Alexa Bliss match, and then they ended up not showing it. I thought the Elias thing was pretty fun. I liked Ali replacing Finn. I thought that was fun. The main event match was fine, but I think we knew there wasn't going to be a title change there. All in all... to watch an hour's worth of wrestling on a Saturday night, I suppose it's fine. It's fine. Is that something, though, that you'd want to watch each week? I mean, it's going to be hard to convince people to tune in each week. Because you kind of know the titles aren't going to change hands. Don't know. I'm not sure if that... I don't know if that how that's going to work long term. It is what it is. It is what it is. Girls got cut. We got clickbaited. 4 out of 10, 2.8, 1, 2. Wow, people aren't happy. The Shield one was good. They literally did nothing to any storylines. I didn't think they would. I didn't think they would do anything to the storylines. Yeah. It's not great, is it? I mean, like, it depends how you want to look at it. It was a house show. So for that reason, it was... If you went into it thinking it's a house show, I'm not going to see anything crazy, then I think it was okay. It was all right. But I think if you went into it thinking it was going to push things along, or we're going to get the Fiend, or there's going to be, like, title changes and things like that, which I did wonder about when it came to the women. I did wonder if there would be one, and then we didn't get the women's match at all. I think that's got to go down as okay at best. Okay at best. Yeah. Worth it for the stream. Well, I appreciate it, dude. I mean, we spoke about a few different bits. It's just a bit flat, innit? It feels a little bit flat. I feel a bit deflated following it, if I'm being honest. I think because I wanted the women's match and I didn't get it. Oh well. It is what it is. It wasn't a waste or anything. You know, it's perfectly fine. And plus, in all fairness, I did find out that now the app doesn't work on my TV. So at least I can take that away. That I now know I need to go and fix up my PS4. So at least I got that. Right, guys. Thanks a lot for joining us. I really do appreciate it. Of course, we are back on Monday for Raw. Hopefully, touch wood, we should find out next week about whether we can return to YouTube. We won't find out until the end of next week, though. So 100% Raw and SmackDown will both be streamed on Twitch. 100%. But it'll be the end of the week that we find out about whether we can go to YouTube. So keep those fingers crossed, my friends. Thank you so much for joining us. And hopefully I see you again next time. Bye for now.